What is up, people? This is me, Spec Poo Football 24 here. You will not believe what I'm looking at right here. Why is it that Tim Tebow is compared to Joe Montana? Some people consider Joe Montana one of probably the greatest player of all time. For me, I disagree. I have to say Jerry Rice, but it is how it is. But it's still the simple fact that Tim fucking Tebow, this card came out on Sunday because of the NFL movers thing that they was doing for EA Sports with Madden and everything. Why do I see this? Why is he even being compared to Joe Montana? Not in anybody's lifetime will anybody say that Tim Tebow is better than Joe Montana, let alone being even with him. I'm gonna show. This is the exact. Look at these stats. These are the reasons as to why he's being compared. Oh, and by the way, there's one guy you need to blame for this. One guy. You need to get on his ass effective immediately. I'm going to show you. I'm really going to show you. I cannot believe that this guy really sits up there. Oh, and by the way, these are one of these assholes right there talking about as a fantasy mode. The simple fact that it's a fantasy mode, but still, why do I see this? Why do I see Tim Tebow even being compared in fantasy football to Joe Montana? There's no excuse. There's no excuse to this. Absolutely no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. Now, I'm going to see if I can find this guy. I really can't believe that. I really can't believe that. I'm just so done. I think I can find it. Yeah, I think I can find off a Dollar Junior's video. Please go to Dollar Junior's video, people. Shout out to Sackmaster, man. That guy, once he showed me this, got me done. I'm done. Once he showed me all of this with the comparisons going on, I'm done. Say what you want, man. They could say Madden Ultimate Team is fantasy. That may be so. It's fantasy, but never in anyone's fantasies would they say that Tim Tebow is better than Joe Montana. Not in anyone's lifetime. In fantasy football, anywhere. Blame this guy right here. From what he told me, from what Sackmaster told me, he said this is the guy that did the ratings for MUT. If that's the case, get on his ass. Either get on him, get on Donnie Moore, get on Rex Dickerson. Get on their ass. That don't make no freaking sense. You think that's bad with Joe Montana and Tim Tebow? Look at this. Why do I see a defensive back, Calvin Johnson? I swear, I believe the only time he really would count him at defense is when that one time when the Lions had to go for a Hail Mary pass. They tried to defend the Hail Mary pass. They had Calvin Johnson back there. That was the only time I saw him. Why do I see this here? And why is it I see that he is better than Earl Thomas III? What's going on here? Some fantasy league we're in that Calvin Johnson is better than Earl Thomas in defense. And note that I've never seen him play defense. Not a day in my life. Look at these stats. They tell the whole story. Even in defense, he got better hit than Earl Thomas. Better hit power than Earl Thomas. Better block shedding than Earl Thomas. Better play recognition than Earl Thomas. Better zone than Earl Thomas. And Earl Thomas plays zone over at Seattle. All they do is play zone. Are you serious? That is disrespectful. Right along with Joe Montana. Right along with him. That is disrespectful to say one of the best defensive players in the game is being outdone by a fantasy player. Disrespectful. A fantasy Calvin Johnson that we would have never thought of. I'm seeing if I can still go through these so I could find them. Exactly what I'm talking about, man. It's just so disrespectful. I really cannot believe that. Right here, Tim Tebow better than Randall Cunningham in what lifetime? In what lifetime in what fantasy? In no way. Ain't no way in hell. No way. No way. In no way. In what fucking lifetime is Tim Tebow better than Randall Cunningham? So disrespectful, dog. So disrespectful. I can't stress this enough. And remember, folks, Tim Tebow came out, I believe from what Sackmaster told him, he came out on a Sunday of this week, and he's better than these players. Now, this is Johnny Manziel at wide receiver form. Look at that. Dyer Jr. already touched on this. If you haven't seen this video, look at it. Why is it I see his spectacular catch is at 87, all because of one play, and his catch rating is at 88, and his catch in traffic is at 88? There's nothing that I could say. Absolutely nothing that I could say. Also note, these are the rookies, by the way. I'm looking at that Nelson Aguilar too. Remember, it's obvious these rookies came out of the draft, and look at this. They are better than the people you would have gotten when you started with. It wouldn't matter, man. You have a 90 overall, and you'll find out that this rookie right here is better than the people you have at 80s or 90 overalls. That's a damn shame, and he hasn't even taken a snap yet. Spectacular catch, 97. Release, 95. Catching traffic, 94. He hasn't played a snap yet. This is Nelson Aguilar, the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver, new Eagles wideout. Disrespectful. That's the one I was talking about with, yeah. I'm just so done. Julio Jones, this is another one right here. Once it pops up, another one right here. Explain this. Julio Jones at safety? Look at his catch in traffic. Look at all the spectacular catch, everything. Are you serious? Antonio Brown, now him as a quarterback? Never in anyone's lifetime would I have seen this. Never. Don't get me started on Mike Vick. I saw enough of Vick. Man, if I got any more of these to show you, trust me, I will show it to you effective immediately. I'm just so done. In no one's lifetime is Tim Tebow better than Joe Montana, let alone anybody. He's not even better than fucking Ryan Leaf. I'm so done. I will catch you guys probably later. I'll probably make a part 2 of this. This is 8 minutes right here. I'll see if I can make a part 2. What is up, people? This is me, SpecPoo Football 24 here. I am back with some more comparisons of part 2 of this bullshit comparisons here with EA Sports for what they're doing here. This is Todd Gurley, running back for the Rams, first round pick. This is Adrian Peterson. This is Le'Veon Bell. Now I have to find the closest comparisons that I could to fit Todd Gurley here. Tell me if this isn't bullshit right here. This guy Todd Gurley, who hasn't even taken a snap yet, look at his stats. It is really a crying shame to look at this for a running back that hasn't even taken a snap yet in the National Football League, that hasn't even ran the ball, that hasn't even worn team gloves, that hasn't even worn team equipment, and he already has these kind of stats on him. It's a shame. If anything, for rookies that are coming in that are this good in the National Football League, they deserve at least an 85 or 80. Nothing more than that. Now, from that asshole Sim Football critic and Smitty for saying that, oh, it's just fancy, guess what? It is fancy, but what's the reason why people go out and play Madden 4? They play it for this game. They play it for this game. People constantly put up videos 24/7 of themselves playing Madden Ultimate Team. Twitch channels, you see Madden Ultimate Team written all over it. They buy it for this specific game mode. And when they find out, let's say Todd Gurley is better than Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell from lower overalls, they're going to be questioning, be like, why is it that this guy who hasn't taken a snap in the National Football League yet is better than these two? Now, there is a Le'Veon Bell 99. I know that, but still, this guy has to be the closest one that I would probably have to come across if I was playing Madden Ultimate Team. This is BS. Period. This should never come around at all. I should never have to see this. And if you think that's worse, this is right along with it. Jameis Winston, quarterback for the just now a quarterback coming in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gets a 97 overall. Marcus Mariota coming in 96 overall. Joe Montana, legendary quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, 97 overall. Why are these two even in discussion of comparison with this legendary quarterback? It makes absolutely no sense. Now, I could have took out Mariota and put freaking Tom Brady on here, and I'll still say that this doesn't make sense. And he would have a 99. I would still say that this does not make sense. We want to know why it does not make sense? Because quarterbacks like Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota in Madden, I bet you they are used the most over quarterbacks like Joe Montana, which are pocket passers. They're going to be using quarterbacks like Mike Vick type quarterbacks, which are these two, to get the edge on the opponent. And also note, wasn't Jameis Winston free? So they get a free Jameis Winston just like that. If I was to go out there and buy Madden right now and play Madden Ultimate Team, the first one I will probably buy is Jameis Winston just like that off the bat. Damn shame. I automatically get a good player that hasn't even played a snap yet in the National Football League. Let's check their stats. Look at it. This is their general stats right here. Says it all right here with Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston. Crying shame. Crying shame. Yet no wonder why the price for these two are amazingly high over Joe Montana for auction house prices. And then you have the offensive stats right here. The only reason why they giving Joe Montana all this is because he's a legend. For if you see plus 25, plus 10 for all this random non-crap, that's why. For carrying, 69 for carrying, they gave that to Joe Montana, but look at Marcus Mariota. Juke move, spin move. This category mostly belongs to Marcus Mariota. I'm being on a really honest side here. For a quarterback that has a 96 overall, he outdone both Jameis Winston and Joe Montana in the majority of these stats, and he's one overall down. Crazy, right? That's real crazy. It is really crazy. It does not make any sense for me. I don't know what else I can tell you guys. I really don't know. This is just the legendary quarterback right here that's being compared to these two that hasn't even played a snap yet. And then you got this right here. Nelson Aguilar, new wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. Larry Fitzgerald and Jeremy Maclin. It's obvious enough that all the comparisons going on with Nelson and Jeremy, it's really going on. I had to find someone else for a third one. I could have picked Steve Smith, but I said screw it. Go with Larry Fitzgerald. But you look at these and you see how close Nelson is to Larry. So the same thing for Jeremy. Remember, this is a wide receiver that we don't know what position he's going to be in when the season starts. He could be on the slot for as far as we know. He could be on the outside for as far as we know, next to Jordan Matthews. We do not know. This is unacceptable. He has to prove his worth to be even up here with the elite wide receivers and Larry Fitzgerald and Jeremy Maclin. He has to prove it. You can't just give him all this stuff off the bat and just like that, you're good. It's not how it works. But you know, this is all fancy, right? This is all fancy, right? This is all fancy. I see how that is. It's all fancy, but people go out every time when a new Madden game comes out. What's the one thing they're going to be looking forward to? They're going to be looking forward to Madden Ultimate Team. If it weren't not for Madden Ultimate Team, the money that this game have gotten wouldn't have even been there. And they know it. You guys know it, and you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are that I'm calling this out to. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to sugarcoat it because I'm not that kind of person to do that. Sim Football Critics Mini, you know what I'm talking about. They don't buy this game to play franchise mode because they, in their opinion, they believe the franchise mode probably sucks. I see more videos on Madden Ultimate Team than I ever saw more videos on franchise mode and superstar mode combined. That is a shame. This game has completely fallen off the market. And you know it's completely fallen off when I see Tim freaking Tebow, a quarterback that hasn't even played in this league for 2 years, better than, or not even better, like really compared to these three. If you want, I'll bring it up again, which I'm about to do. Jameis Winston, quarterback who hasn't taken a snap yet. Joe Montana, legendary quarterback. And then, guess what? I'll show it again. Just from how much BS it has really gotten with this game. Thank you, Sackmaster. Thank you, Gedden. Mostly thank you, Sackmaster. He's the one that showed me this. But this is really nonsense. This is nonsense. Tim Tebow, a quarterback who hasn't played in 2 years, gets a 97 overall just like that off the bat. If that isn't BS, I don't know what is. And of course, since it's Tim Tebow, he has more auction prices, more worth than these two. I wonder why. This whole entire category right here with general stats really belongs to Tim Tebow here. Even though I see stamina, where's that at? He basically conquered this entire category here. And then you have this right here. This is almost bullshit right here. It's almost bullshit. Damn near most of this entire category belongs to Tim Tebow for a quarterback that hasn't played in 2 years. And he has been a bust for both, in my opinion, for both the Broncos and the Jets. I don't care what anyone says about that game against the Steelers. I don't give a fuck. The dude is fucking garbage, cannot throw the football. I said this before, and trust me, you guys better hope to God this ends up happening with Tim Tebow. If he makes the cut, and if he can throw, okay, it's fine. But if he does not make the cut, if Tim Tebow does not make the cut, I'm letting you guys know right now, it will be a wrap. I'm going to be straight up having a rage. No, I'm not going to have a rage video. I'm just going to laugh at you guys. I'm just going to laugh. I'm going to laugh at EA Sports for thinking this guy is going to come in. Basically, they're thinking he's going to come in and be a starter. Just like that. With this overall, which is blatant disrespect. Even more disrespectful that you have Joe Montana and Jameis Winston coming up in here. And look, they're just straight up equal in overall. But Tim Tebow pretty much dominates the entire category. EA Sports, Tebow fans, you guys better hope he makes the fucking cut. Because if he does not make the cut, I'm going to laugh at every single one of you guys' faces. And also note, this is the best chance he will ever get. This is the system that he ran back in Florida. And if he messes this up, it will be a crying shame. I don't want to hear that Tebow BS come at my face. This is even more of a reason for me not to like Tim Tebow. Not only does he have a crazy-ass fan base that don't know when to understand that as long as this guy cannot throw a football, he will not be on a team. But then you got stuff like this going on.
more of a reason for me not to like him. His fan base is delusional, and it seemed like EA Sports is right along with him, just sucking his fucking dick. I'll catch you guys later. I'm fucking fed up with this shit. You guys better hope this guy right here makes the cut. If he does not, expect a vid from me right after preseason. Later, people.